those cameras capture much worse than one-fingered salutes. But first, let's hear from Rocco Ranieri.
Rocco, my name's Dan Nolan from A Current Affair.
Yeah.
We just want to have a chat to you about some issues that have been happening in your street.
Right.
Rocco denies any knowledge of the various acts of vandalism to Lindsay's property.
What about this one?
No.
Footage of you trespassing on his property
No.
and giving him the finger.
No, it doesn't. Me, mate.
Yeah, it is.
No.
That's video of you.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
That's not me.
This is you.
The camera footage is very clear, but it's almost impossible to get Rocco to admit to anything.
Why would you do that to somebody?
Well, you're also missing the point.
He's your neighbour.
No, he's not my neighbour.
He is your neighbour.
No, he's not my neighbour.
He is your neighbour.
No, he's
he
not my
says
neighbour.
you're the neighbour from hell.
Oh, I'm the neighbour from hell?
Yeah.
I think he's the neighbour from hell.
Rocco accuses Lindsay of assaulting him and his son with paint.
He says the
paint.
paint was an accident.
Oh, an accident, come on.
He had a can of
No, he
paint
didn't.
and
I
it
was
fell
there.
out of his
I
hands.
was there, fell out of his hands.
Okay, that's what he says.
He threw the paint.
The thing Catherine wheeled all over me, covered me with paint. I never saw any paint on him. It dropped on the ground. Maybe someone splashed on him.
Okay, has he been charged over it or
No,
gone
but
to
he's been
court?
spoken to.
Oh, he's been spoken to.
And we had the police
Rocco,
out.
I think if there was a bit more meat to that
Oh,
story
is that
about
right?
it, he
Is
might have
that
been
right?
charged,
I
don't
don't
you
think
think?
so. I don't think so.
Rocco is adamant that he's the victim, but it's hard work getting any
Your
details.
side of the story is there's one paint incident, but no more details on it.
No, swearing to my wife, okay? Okay, verbalising me.
What does he say to your wife?
Oh, I'm not going to repeat it on camera.
Well, we've heard you say F-word on camera, so is it
Disgusting.
worse than that?
It's disgusting.
He does, however, have one solution to this nasty dispute.
He's filmed you.
Fantastic.
He's filmed you being a really awful neighbour.
Oh, that's fantastic. Why doesn't he move if it's that awful? Why don't you go
Why
and speak
should
to
he
Tracy?
have to move?
Why don't you go and speak
Why
to
should
Tracy?
he have to move,
Why don't you go
Rocco?
and speak to Tracy on the other side?
Rocco, sorry, do you own that whole street?
No,
Why
no,
should he have to
no.
move?
Now that we know Rocco wants Lindsay to move out, let's go back to the surveillance vision. Council had ordered the security cameras be removed after a public complaint.
The aesthetics is what the council are worrying about, so I put up micro cameras. They don't cause any problems and they protect me.
With the cameras in place, he captured this: a female member of Rocco's house coming outside for a smoke, then bending down and picking up what looks like an ashtray before throwing something over the fence right into Lindsay's yard.
There'd be hundreds of cigarette butts. There'll be nothing for days and then a whole lot in one hit. An ashtray, broken ashtrays.
Of most concern are the butts that land in his children's play area.
Who Mama cigarette?
Lindsay filmed them when they were at their worst, with 5-year-old daughter Josie helping clean up.
What would you say to the people who are throwing these cigarette butts?
I wish you could stop.
Well, my 1-year-old's had them in his mouth, you know, stuck in his fingers just looking at them, and my daughter gets upset every time she sees them.